Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, you know who's not having a fantastic day? Both Royal Caribbean and Carnival cruise lines. They're just not having good days. So as I reported yesterday, we have the Carnival Freedom that caught fire in the Grand Turks. Fire coming from the funnel is never a good thing, but at least they were in cruise port where the danger would be far, far less than, say, on a transatlantic cruise 3,000 miles from no one. However, there is enough damage that they have to check it out. They have to do a lot of investigation to see what caused the fire, that they sent another ship down to pick up the passengers, so there's going to be a delay. There's going to be, in getting them home. But the good news is nobody's hurt. No one was injured. No fatalities. Both crew members and passengers were all safe. And that's the best story out of them all. But then we had some more news from Carnival. The passengers started complaining on a sailing out of Norfolk, Virginia, that on the Carnival Magic, they started feeling ill and sick because, and finally it's not because of COVID, it's because they were painting the outside of the ship. Now, most of us know that when you go on a cruise ship, there is always painting going on because rust is a thing on the ocean in the salt water and metal. So they're always painting in that, usually along the balconies and along the side little spots. But apparently they did a little larger spot, so much so that it started bothering some passengers in their cabins, that they started feeling ill and sick. And some of them reported this to the Coast Guard, who have now launched an investigation into the incident on both how much was being painted at one time, the guests feeling ill. Nothing was life-threatening. No one got severe allergies or anything, had a hard time breathing. But they did feel nauseous, and Carnival looked after them, I'm told, on board. No one said that Carnival wasn't trying to fix things or working on things, but it was another problem. You have to keep into consideration people's allergies and people's sensitivity to smells and perfumes, and paint is a very strong smell. And if you paint near the cabins, it can be a problem if people spend any length of time, especially when it's the fresh paint on board. So yeah, Carnival Cruise Line had a fire, and now passengers getting sick from paint fumes. So definitely not a good week for them so far. And then Royal Caribbean as well had some issues. Before I tell you about that story, let me just invite you to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. It helps keep you up to date with all things cruising. I'm in Norway right now. I'll be doing some videos on Norway and Holland America. And then I'm heading off to Alaska. As soon as I leave here, I'm basically flying to Vancouver, Canada, and heading off and doing another 2-week stint in Alaska. I'll bring you lots of videos from there as well, plus everyday news if there's anything to report. And yeah, just hit the subscribe button. Doesn't cost anything. And again, I'd really, really appreciate it. Okay, Royal Caribbean ran into some trouble, literally, no pun intended, when they were pulling into the dock in Falmouth, Jamaica. If you look outside most cruise ports that you're going to, there's always some pylons in the water that you can tie off to, unless you have a very long dock. Well, there's some pylons in the water and they stick out, and they're kind of usually connected by a walkway, a small metal walkway between each one where they can go out and tie them off. Royal Caribbean's Harmony of the Seas came in a little too hot, and it just ran right into that pylon, and it was moving quite quickly. I've seen some videos on it. I can't use the video on it because it's copywritten. I'll try and get permission from the person who shot it on board, but you can find it on YouTube if you look. I don't want to take somebody else's material, but when I watched it, they were coming in pretty darn fast. considering how close they were to the dock. It was if they did not know that there were two big concrete pylons out there and they thought they were just coming around the bend, and so they had lots of time. But they didn't. They ran in and scraped all along the side of the ship. Apparently it's not severe damage. It's mostly cosmetic, scraped paint. The ship, is huge, the Harmony of the Seas. It did not suffer any holes in the hull or anything like that, any weakening of the hull. They've inspected it. The passengers, they docked right away. The passengers got off, enjoyed their day, got back on, and the ship is continuing its sailing. No real issues there. However, that pylon is pretty worse for wear. It got hit by a 178,000 ton ship. Is not doing particularly well. No explanation yet of why. It didn't seem like there was any huge wind factor pulling in or anything that should have caused this problem. The real question, because when you watch, if you watch that video, you can see them pulling in, and then after they hit that pylon, then you see all the engine water pushing away from the dock, as if they just realized how close they were and just realized that they're hitting things. There was no slowing down ahead of time before that. They were coming in at a good speed. Don't know if it was an engine issue. They haven't reported out yet, but I'll keep you abreast if that was the issue. But it doesn't seem so, because they did not delay their next sailing. And if there was something that caused them not to be able to reverse thrust or use their anziopods to turn, then it would have been still in dock. It would not be sailing so quickly. So, yeah. How would you like them apples, right? All within the condense of basically 48 hours. You have a fire, you have odors causing illness, and you have a cruise ship running into a dock. All at the same time. It never rains, it pours in the news in the cruising industry. Well, I hope you appreciate this little update. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel blogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Till next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.